大雁塔我摩尼摩尼玛摩尼梭，大雁塔我摩尼摩尼玛摩尼梭，大雁塔。 cultivate Buddhista. This weekend is fortunate to put or to have opportunity to put your body, speech, mind, action into part of liberation, into part of, control. It's so worthwhile, so fortunate. Although we have been so many lives, even in this life we born up to now, almost we never acting seriously one day if we really check up. Because most time our mind is occupied by the, uncontrolled mind with the superstition. So having enthusiastic feeling, and wanting to help others as much as possible, most the higher way, and also yourself. Because we know, since we born up to now, most time and day and month, year, everything waste. Instead of worthwhile using bring you happiness, and we using a life, precious life, for nothing, and a useless action. We think useful, actually not useful. You check up. Perhaps you think we do worthwhile because I take care, life, person, my person. I make money, I preserve my life. That is the human ability. That's all you can do. If that's all you can do, you are not different than cave and rabbit. Such a human quality, and using same thing as an animal is so waste time, incurable, isn't it? You have to realize. If you really check up deeper, what you do, what you did since you born up to now, which is really worthwhile, to bring the true happiness and the joyful life. What you did, you check up. You check up. Don't look others. You check up your own action. There's nothing worry about. Nothing too much. You have your body, you speak, your mind. These three. Okay. These three actions, what you did worthwhile. Or most time, yeah, if I say truly, the most time our body, speech, mind, action is, produce, more, frustration, confusion. Check out. One day, how many hours, how many hours, each hour, how you are aware, how you are positive. You check out that way. It's so simple. The Buddhism way of checking, describing is so scientific. It's not just we try something, exclusive. We're not trying that way. Realistic, You check out there. Even if sometimes we say, okay, we take spiritual life or something meditative life. We are not serious. You check up. Doesn't matter you meditate, or you go spiritual, custom, you go Sunday church or temple. That doesn't mean anything. Which action which brings really, which is bring or carry you into everlasting, peaceable, happiness, real joyful state, rather than up and down, such a trans-story. All those actions which brings, up and down. There's not true Dharma, there's not true meditator, there's not true religion at all. Okay, I can make statement, that's all. Although we think, I'm doing something, we always dreaming with a polluted mind. This is the, actually our relative, nature. The Buddhism describing, then you understand, your nature. The your nature has, actually you think, how you describe it? My nature has so many things. What's the thing that way? Buddhism explains so simple. Your nature has three things, category. One is relative your nature, one is absolute your nature. So what I talk about, previous, how you are, relatively, that is a relative nature. We often talk about something higher idea, something, maybe absolute, maybe you heard. Reading books, something absolute, these things. Forget absolute. First of all, you have to know how the relativity, the body, speech, mind is functioning, everyday life. Yes, this is the very important. You cannot jump, such inner freedom, sort of, lie, sort of, cannot jump like this, The human evolution of the human mind, scientific, somehow they explain, gradually develop. You all know, I'm sure, you have been in school. I haven't been in school. Very poor boy, I'm stupid boy, so I haven't been in school. I'm not educated. you know. Okay. Perhaps I can say, perhaps, you know, in the West, when we talk about the subject of mind, the control, I think maybe you are primitive, you know. Maybe school talk about I'm primitive. I'm joking, just joking. Although, you know, since you're born, you know, up to now, you say, you know, my mind is dead, my mind is dead. You have no idea what is your mind. Isn't that silly? Every day using my mind, that blah, 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 blah. But you don't know what is your nature of your mind. You understand? This is not something, it's the custom. You born up to now, you have mind. And you say your mind is the Eastern custom? You going to say or not? You can't say, isn't it? Also, Buddhism not describing something custom. You understand? Custom is not important. So mind is, you know, describing mind is not the East custom. You have already. Although, you know, sometimes we ignore. So now I describing, you know, your relative nature. So relativity mind, everyday life, we relating with our friend, family, or wife, or husband, or, you know, girlfriend, or boyfriend, or, you know, society, or all the time we blame others. Check up your mind. Check up. You blame others. That is misconception. All your problem, physically or mentally, all this comes from is the, you know, the lack of, you know, intensive knowledge, wisdom, which is ignorant. And also attachment. This two is, you know, biggest root of problem. Of any problem, the social problem, individual problem. Check up that. But this time check up your own, you know, the, you know, thing. Just simple example. Many times we make up, you know, telling lies, you know, try to cheat others. And also killing, you know, taking others' life. We do, we check up that. Why we do? The root is ignorance. And the purpose is, attachment, involving your own pleasure. Yeah. Sort of, like ignorant. Ignorant is the rude, like maybe king or queen. But this is example, don't take seriously, take political terms, okay? Then you go take, oh, who want king, queen again? I'm joking. Anyway, okay. Like, the ignorant, the lack of, interest, knowledge, wisdom. That energy is like, king. Okay. And, attachment, like, is like director. It's the mind, your mind. I'm not talking about, something else, Your mind, one thing is association. Your mind is, associated with, ignorance. One is, associated with the attachment. These two principal cause all the problem: physical problem, mental problem. If you not realize these two things are, the problem of human problem, you can never solve the human problem. You always think, oh, human problem is because this not so good, I cut this. Or human problem is, this house is make bigger, nice. You understand? You can never finish it. Human problem is I don't have big car. Therefore, next year I have to buy big car. Maybe then I'm happy. That's not true. Yeah, we always thought. I have small house, Now I need big, house, big, these are my, solution, to bring happiness. It's not true. You check out. All the time, especially the Western world, always, every problem is getting a solution, if I have money. That are misconception. Impossible. Don't think, okay, Lama said this one, the Lama put down. Even if you don't think intellectually, inside you deep root, check out this. You understand? Don't think human problem is something comes from intellectual. You couldn't believe actually what you're doing. Inside what you believe in is even if you're not taught consciously. Unconsciously walking, leading you there, going there, another trip, then another trip, then another trip, then this is you're doing all the time. Just changing. Cycle. Many religions they draw circle. I think not only Tibetan religions, we have circle. Okay, so go this way, then 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 go this way, this way, this way. Never beyond this circle. You understand? We are joking, actually. We are joking. Play. Children we give talk, they play something like that, Actually, we also play by having different trips, Or especially, we taking, we know a little bit now. Oh yeah, we understand, we learned now, this generation, we learned so much. The social economy and inflation, those are signature. Actually, there's no really security. Now check it. Now, it not that you are intelligent. You understand? Not that your generation is something intelligent, then other religion, all the generation is, foolish. No. Why? Because external changing, it is still changing, make to see, oh, this changing, oh. You understand? The world situation changing, it's still you learning that way. Not that you intelligent, All generation is foolish, Don't think that way. The outside, this outside, environment, sense world, you can see easily now. Parking is falling. Ancient time, the old people believe that way. Now it's not there. You people know now. So that's why you're seeking something which is worthwhile, rather than only material comfort. But if you're not, putting right attitude, you still struggle. Even you go meditation, yoga, or spiritual training, and still you are like this. It's possible. You understand? You understand? You have to need, right mental attitude, and the right path, and the right view. By recognizing wrong mental attitude, how to lead you, miss path, and miss, and the goal. Because most time, in the West, don't be ridiculous, negative, you should be positive. You understand? We always say, they like positive talk about, don't like negative talk about. Negative existed. Why you don't talk about, not the, sort of, anger, you understand? Not like talk about, with anger, but demonstrate and knowing how the negative mind is functioning. It's very important. Very important. Terminology Buddhism. Therefore, Buddhism is, I said, not just, develop matter, something spiritual, a religion. I'm not sure what I'm saying. You understand? Not something said to nice things, Say you exactly, you understand, without hesitation. So you don't shock it. So you should expect it, Lama going to say not nice things. I think so. Oh, don't worry, okay? Why? Because we have nice quality, beautiful quality. We have, equally, universal living beings. Even, fish, chicken, we have there is good, quality of mind, nature existence. At the same time, we have also negativity, nature, which brings us down. So, to both demonstrate to our mind, both knowing is so worthwhile. Then can release fear. Otherwise, each movement, and the action, and brings, fear. As long as you don't have, inner understanding what is real happiness and what is real joyful life, if you don't have that kind of, understanding, knowledge, wisdom, and expecting, oh, our wedding world is better sometimes, better. You're dreaming. How you think the world is become better? Now, good example, inflation, how is better? Inflation comes from attachment. Okay. Oh yeah, that's all. You check out, you pick out that, I'm sure, political people don't know also that one. month, year, they're talking, oh, this. Perhaps they don't know. It has come from attachment. Why? You check out that. Not just, something, economy is, before it existed, something is suddenly come lower. No. The selfish, attachment, but it has too much, and the selfish attachment reason keeping worry. You understand? Worry. If I not keep this one now, you understand? Worry, you understand? So, they not spend it, so inflation. It's not just, there is nothing medicine. You understand? Do not think in England there is no medicine. You understand? I'm talking about, I'm not talking about the politics. Do not worry you. You understand? Oh, English, now we have no food, we have no money. That's not true. In England, sufficient food, sufficient money, but the selfish mind make inflation. I'm not sure, I'm joking, maybe. You check up, actually, check up. It's not necessarily because Lama said so. You check up that. Incredible, isn't it? You check out how the attachment, selfish mind making, individual problem and the social problem. You check out that. And destroying your inner, peaceful and joyful life. Look at it, and also, religious war now going on, isn't it? Not only nowadays, those come from attachment, you understand? Even, I'm talking about, attachment function. Okay, the small two children, fighting one atom of the, candy. You understand? It comes from attachment, Not only that, the biggest country, each other fighting, also attachment. And also people who are religious people, fighting each other, is attachment. Actually, those, people who fighting, each other, although they think religion is something fantastic up there, The fighting is the action of not religion, isn't it? Just idea, idea, idea. That's all. Those people who war for the religion, they're not religious people. I'm going to say, yes, they are not religious people. The religion should be compassion, universal law. So how can you, by killing, I killing to him, how can I become, religion? You think possible? It's impossible. It is attachment, purely. That's all. Don't you think? Check up, really check up, Now you understand, the attachment is the biggest problem in the world. So my religion is good, therefore I kill you. You understand? Ridiculous. Check up now, I demonstrate you. You can see, my religion is good, I kill you. Incredible, You can see, I destroy myself, now. You can see, isn't it? If that point, what I'm doing is, for me, religion is poison. You understand? I'm nothing to do with religion. You can see, you understand? I'm nothing to do with religion. You understand? What I'm doing is. But I have some idea. Oh yes, my religion is good. You understand? This idea of religion, for me, is poison. You understand? Instead of medicine to solve my psychological problem. You understand what I mean? My example. You clear? Okay. With this mental attitude, you understand, the having idea religion is such. Instead of it becomes medicine and useful for you becomes a poison. Because you are, not acting 1 minute seriously into action of religion. You just have idea, this is my religion. Most people are idea, maybe this is my religion. You understand? Somebody tried to burn, oh, you destroying my religion. Misconception, this is not religion. Okay. Okay, so those people who war, they think this material is religion. You understand? Or those are misconceptions. Religion is not outside. Dharma is not outside. It's only into conscious of your mind. Even the Bible says, people who are worshipping, remember Jesus, good example. Jesus said fantastic things in the Bible we don't realize. Jesus says, person who, worshipping idols, idols, those things, and they are not following me. In the way that's very true, I think fantastic teaching, that one. We all do. We don't realize how the religion is able to lie to put it into action and to solve the problem instead of understanding, church, materials, properties, those becomes religion. It's ridiculous. So the religious, in other words, religious people don't realize they're conscious or spirit. Don't realize Holy Spirit as long as you are worshipping idol. In other words, you think something religion is atom, material, substantial, material. You have no idea what is really religion. Okay? Oh, Jesus said perfect teaching in the Bible. We don't realize. So the having attachment and ignorance, produce so many misconceptions in life. In our life. How? Many times we think, oh, this is good. This brings me happy. You check up. That is misconception. In fact, you cause suffering, brings reaction. You thinking this brings happy. The good example, in other words, the man who, what is this? Man who ride the bicycle, the cycle, who jump it like that, what is this man? This man, what is this man? There's one famous man, I think you people all know, he played bicycle, this, and he jumped certain things, That's right, yeah, that's right. You understand? This is he's, incredible. You people couldn't believe why he did this. This is his pleasure. I mean, he believing. You know that. This, this just simple way demonstrate a good example. Even him himself, each time he do, he complete day. Then after some time, sometimes he decided, now no more he do. But his ego, attachment, this is my professional work. You know what I mean? Remember? I have to do again. So he did again, completed finish. I mean, this is, fantastic good example, isn't it? Why he do this? This is the biggest, a simple way example. But in fact, we also doing this way. We are different trip, we doing different trip. In fact, we doing exactly similar as he do. Okay, why do this? Misconception, total misconception. Okay, misconception. The whole thing, such causation, which is cause brings suffering. But you holding this is fantastic, yeah. Okay. Now you realize you check up your physically how you do, your mentally how you do. You check up that. Yeah, good example. Also, we all, experience, better our own experience, make example. We always attachment to food, don't we? By attachment, having food, eating, with the greeting, we always seek stomach, isn't it? This also comes from attachment. It's common. Actually, food should be, human thinking, believing or food, having food is preserving your, body and the life. But having, you understand, ignorant mind, taking, poison food and killing yourself. We all know, You check out most people, dying. Why he dying? Because he eat something, and that causes something. You know. You check up, I know my life, Why he died? Because blah, 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 blah. There's always something which is he mistake. You know. It's really simple. But you have to demonstrate, you have to realize, not just the idea. You understand? If the meditation, something idea sort of, you're doing something true, not worthwhile. It really, scientifically explain how the reality of your nature. Okay, now I'm describing your relative nature. A worthwhile dear. When you know your own nature, your own mind, how it, teaching you, how it brings you suffering. If you know, your mind, your mind is cooperating with your life. The most time, our mind is not cooperating with our mind, life, so that we don't know what is life going on. What is going on in my life? We don't know. You must be careful, check out. I mean, you really check, especially, Western, world. Too much improvement, too much exaggerated sense of gravitation, attachment, sense of object, sense of world. Too much explosion, sense of world, So the automatically, the keys and, human being is automatically, believing. You understand? This, external world is opposite you, brings you happiness. It's true, you check up that. Maybe you didn't say intellectually. If you check up into deeper in your mind, you almost believing that it's a misconception deep rooted into your conscience. That's all. I'm not talking about something intellectual things. Forget intellectual things. You're just watching your own mind. Deeper, how it, you're believing in everyday life, which is best, which is not best for you. Everybody has that. Don't think I don't have. I don't have, I just go like that. Not true. Not true. Don't think I don't have anything fixed idea. You understand? The attachment, the nature has always fixed idea. This is the best thing. This is me. Therefore, this is best. Check up. You understand? This is me. You understand? So the having attachment, to this kind of best for me. Actually, the association is the ego, I. You understand? The conceptualization of ego, I. I'm 15 years here. this, 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 this. This is me. You understand? My ego, the conception of I ego or mind, fixing the idea what I am, who I am. That's all. Which is nothing so able to do reality of me relatively and absolutely. Now you check out. Now time the meditation. What I talk about, same time you meditating, checking. Lama exaggerating or what I'm saying is exactly yes. Oh, oh no, you check up now. Really? Yeah. So what I'm talking about now, I'm talking about the attachment is how the association with the ego, you understand? I ego, the conceptualization of I ego, how relating I talk about. Okay, dear. Okay. I think you people know. What I'm saying is actually the cause of attachment is actually that comes from the basic fundamental, the cause, originated from the conceptualization of I ego. The conceptualization of I ego is actually not existent relatively and absolutely within you, but projection of the ego mind projecting and painting such I am thee. Then so much as as long beginning you say I am this, pick some idea, then so much worry. Oh, I am this, or therefore I should have this. I'm this, therefore I should have this. I'm this, I'm worried reputation because I'm this. You check out that. So those, you really, the fixed idea, what you are, how you are, which is, completely, mental projection, hallucination projection, polluted projection, nothing so able to do with the reality, which is relative and absolute. Check up now, 2 minutes maybe. Check up. What do you think, what you are, how you are? What is you now? Something concrete, substantial, idea. Something, idea. This is me. Sort of come out. Your color is not you, your I. Your form is not I. Your nose is not I. Your leg is not I. Your heart is not I. So what is the idea of conceptualization, idea, ego? Where is? Your imagination, the I ego, with the hallucination is not created by the God or Krishna or whatever it is, or Buddha. It's only created by your own misconception. Mind. When you release that your imagination or conceptualization, I ego, is non-existent, then suddenly inside your heart is something, substantial, concrete, it disappears. Sort of heart is sort of into heart becomes, resting rather than restless. Something releases restless state, the energy. Incredible, it's so powerful. And then you don't have, tied physical body, and anything, tied sort of, you don't have. There is no self-existent concrete, the I, ego. All the transitory phenomena, your physical and your appearance is totally non-self-existent. But you always thought, your the superficial mind always thought you are existent within your five aggregate. So the conceptualization, I, ego, the mind, there is something feel within your this body, pi aggregate. There is existent something I am inside. There is something existent. You always thought there, and you feel to also there is something. If you really check out that only your projection of with a hallucinated mind. In Hinayana school, yourself and also all the sense world is, non-self-existent. The self-existent is only in a reality. The Mahayana terms, Madhyamaka, even in a reality, also non-self-existent. There are no such things at all self-existent, concrete, as ego's perceiving. Impossible. So simple example, another word, if you want, why you sometimes miserable is the misconception. Misconception that produce the miserable, condition. Which is a holding, object, which is nothing so able to do, the inner, your world and outer, sense world, reality. For that reason, Lord Buddha said, that all your confusion or frustration, the action or result is coming, is your own action. Not created by the God. God not created evil action, isn't it? In the Bible, it didn't say, the evil is created by the God. But many people misconception, and God created everything, therefore they think evil also created by the God. Philosophically, they are trouble. But not important, philosophical. You have to know, what it is saying, Many times we think, many people think, the Bible mistake. Bible is not mistake. You mistake. How you interpret it. Because lack of, knowledge, wisdom. So worldwide, if one can discover, all the, one's, the false conception and the, miserable action, and experience is comes from the, attachment and the polluted, the I ego, conceptualization I ego, one will realize tremendous, the energy of, the, tightening, uptight, tight bondage is released. And also, it's not just you believe, you just experimenting. And it comes experience. Then, you can realize. But the intellectual alone is, we not call it is a realization. Without just, without experience. It's a dry. We all been, since we born up to now, we dry, If we not actualize, not have experience, when we're still going dry, and we're going dry with the dry too. Dry, dry wood. Okay, you can see visualization, dry wood. Oh, time is running. Thank you. So now, what I'm saying, what I'm talking about, your relative nature of, your own mind. Is, do not think, oh, I feel, I really all, my mind is garbage, or I'm worse in this world, Don't feel that, by realizing, incredible, this not only means that the universal living being, problem. Many times I thought, I want to help people. I want to help other people with the emotional. Many times, I'm sure everybody thought, I want to live worldwide. I want to help other people. Ridiculous, so emotional. To really want to help, is I myself, you understand, should realize and have, capability, to solve the really human problem. Then really, worldwide, I helping others. Possible not knowing how to help yourself, by not knowing your own problem. Then how can you just say, I want to help others, You're just so emotional, No wisdom, no method. Just joking still. So by having realized yourself situation, and not only me, in this world, countless, living being has this kind of situation. Incredible, and full of misconception. And this cause, produces so much conflict, and mentally and physically, that mind is conflict. The energy, mental energy is transmitted into physical level. All the sickness also comes from the mind. Sick mind is manifested physical, and the body physical also sick. That's all. So having much compassion, much love, by understanding passed through you, then you relate with all living beings. Then good. But many times we don't have compassion ourselves. We don't comprehend, ourselves. So how you have compassion? How you love others? Impossible. Just words. You just emotion. We say, oh, I love you. Past love is started from you, by knowing your own situation, what you are. Then this kind of seriousness, sincerity coming, within you, and then sincerely, love to others. Otherwise, we're still joking. The most time our love is selfish, attachment, okay? Purely attachment. Perhaps sometimes your meditation is maybe not attachment. The most, even your meditation also, most time is selfish attachment. Check out, you really check out, I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I'm not come for joking. True. As long as you too much cling your own, comfort and your own something, concrete, something grasping, that's still selfish. Even if you are spiritual trip, meditative, still selfish. So why? Why I talk about this, emphasize? Because even if you are meditative, the psychologically, effective for you, and you are posted easily, because you're looking something, concrete for you. Still self-cherishing, even if you are spiritual trained. You understand? Still you have fixed idea. In other words, the conceptualization equals, the fixed idea, I'm this, my realization is this, which is totally nothing so able to do true realization. So otherwise, by realizing your own situation, situation and lifestyle, it's not something philosophical point of view. Just you check out how your life is, how your way of thinking is, how you mistake, how misconception is related, how you check out that, how attachment is related. By realizing this, instead of worrying your own, all universal living with this problem. Then the automatically, intuitively, the compassion and the love is intuitive. Even if you are back to the enemy, maybe, having this understanding, yesterday is sort of, even don't want to see, visualize, and maybe, next day he becomes beautiful for you. It's true, because your projection. Actually, you make outside the people, she's ugly, she's good, he's bad. Actually, your mental projection. Who is absolutely good in this earth? Who is? You tell me. Who is absolutely beautiful in London? Who is absolutely ugly in London? Who is? You cannot explain me. For sure. You check up that. It's really, you check up. That's interesting, isn't it? I'm talking about scientific, fact. I'm not talking about something you believe in. You tell me scientifically. You tell me this is absolutely beautiful in London. You tell me. If you are wise. No, I'm joking. Okay. Actually, check out. It's worthwhile. Really check out. We go always. We're not checking. We always go just easy. That is the lack of, this kind of, is we call selfishness. Selfishness, isn't it? And also lack of intensive knowledge, wisdom. That nature is. Like that, Okay? All right. So I think at the time to making pee-pee, okay? Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. We see you again. Thank you. Thank you. Please go. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Maybe you go, come back 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think so. We've room upstairs. That's right. Okay, thank you. Okay, 15 minutes maybe, then we see you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. The mantra has power. Mantra has power. To distinguish it, your body, speech, mind, from the mundane, the ordinary, thought. So the automatically mantra, having mantra vibration, the automatically mind brings, together, integrate, into one continent rather than split. So the mantra has, power. Therefore, we do some part of, mantra to be able student, have, sort of mind bring together, rather than mind, running in, the London, streets, I'm joking. Okay, so very useful. Okay, that's the reason, using, purpose is. Okay. And also, the Om means, magnificent, knowledge, wisdom, and the power. And Muni is, control, great control, or conquer, great conqueror, greatest conqueror. There's three things. Okay, so very useful. We all need, conquer, uncontrolled mind, isn't it? We don't need to conquer, other sentient being. Need, conquer our own, uncontrolled, mind. Okay, so connotation is sort of, like that. So very useful. Okay. Anyway, this briefly, just that's all. Dayanda o mone ma mone so dayanda o mone ma mone so dayanda If all the negative action and unhappy feeling comes from false conception, how to purify it, how to release the false conception is only perceiving right view. The perceiving right view is not just something instinctively perceiving. It takes time to develop, have right conception, and perceiving right view takes time. For that reason, we need meditation. Order to awaken, or becoming conscious. Most time we think we are conscious, and still actually we are unconscious. You check up, real check up. So by developing, meditation, slowly, you integrate your mind, into, the object of reality. By gradually develop. And also, many times we meditate, meditation has much obstacle, trouble, and frustration. There is obstacle. The nature of mind is actually character, absolutely, our nature of mind is, clear nature. And clear like nature, you can say. But relatively, the sky is cloudy. When the sudden, the movement, wind and check, the cloudy, the appears, the clear nature of sky. The same thing, exactly same thing. That the example. Our mind is, the nature of mind is, actually, clear. But the obstacle is, misconception, is, obstruct to be able to see reality. And so, even our meditation, always, there is something obstacle and unclear. In the meditation, cannot concentrate, one point in it. And those are, instead of disappointed, that we using method to purify it, purification method we using in Tibetan, Mahayana Buddhism. You should not push, When the meditation is, the mind is not, fundamentally, not, smoothly, going. Time that you should not push, Mind like baby. Baby, baby. Baby pushing, baby don't lie. Remember? We all know, isn't it? We treat men differently, baby, sort of pushing. And we make sort of psychological, play a little bit, then baby, okay. The same thing. We have to play with our mind a little bit, When the time, impossible, that time you shouldn't push, Instead of pushing, okay, live there. Okay. Then make some purification meditation. And it becomes, obstacle less, and it becomes more powerful. I think many people do, sort of pushing. Then they becomes, aggressive, and frustration, and then, angry with friends, oh, I don't like this morning, I don't have good meditation. Instead of meditation make calm clear, meditation make me, uptight. And those is the not skillful wisdom. Not having skillful wisdom, how to put together. And also, every time if you do meditation, cultivate Buddhism, totally dedicate, doesn't matter, it's good or bad meditation. Whatever I do meditation, this energy is not for me, beneficial, totally other sentient being. If you have dedicated mind, even if you don't have meditation, you're not disappointed, whatever I done is for beneficial others. That automatically, you are relaxed, even not, successful. However, my way, I try. Even I'm not successful with, my, attitude, right attitude, rather than only concerned, I'm miserable, I want happy, therefore, that doesn't work that way. Then really becomes disappointed. So therefore, any action in your meditation, before you dedicate and cultivate Buddhism, is an incredibly important thing. Even not meditating, even just going your walk, the most time, in this country, everybody is walking somebody else, somebody else's job, walking. So, and before going walk, you dedicate, my life today is beneficial, worthwhile. Then there is no frustration. If only you concerned, your own pleasure, selfish motivation, even your walk, others is always trouble. Mind is sick here, not happy. You understand? Then becoming uptight with, the, I don't know, what is it, who is that? Who are charged that work? Okay, doesn't matter. So it's very important thing to you. Do not think just sitting, this is important. Concentrate. It is important, but not this, everything. Not this everything. All the time, all the time. No matter you are meditating or you are walking or you are walking street or you are walking something, doing something, everything you cooking and making food, everything is, having good motivation, pure motivation. All the time you can, take those actions into, part of liberation. That is possible. Otherwise, even if you do meditate, it becomes, wrong action with the wrong motivation. Although you play something, you understand? Going temple, example, I'm saying is going temple, going church, with a negative mind, it's a waste of time. It's not religious trip, even, purely samsara trip. Maybe you don't know samsara. Samsara means Sanskrit words, Doesn't matter, don't worry words, it's worldly things, the mundane, the worldly, things. We called Sanskrit samsara. Tibetan called korwa, or the sego, as I say, like that. Okay? But I don't have this time too much explain, philosophical terms, You have to go to university, if you want to learn that. Okay? I'll talk about just practical levels a little bit. Such short time. I mean, it's just simple, You just experiment yourself, If the salvation motivation, even if somebody said, can you give some cup of, coffee or tea? Maybe intellectually say yes, but inside here, something going on here. You know what I mean, You understand that? It's not the sincerity. It's not just that you're not good at meditation. Because the salvation motivation, you don't have dedicated mind. You do with the unhappy. In other words, you understand? You give a cup of tea with the unhappy, going this way, Oh, I don't like it, You understand what I mean? I'm demonstrating this one. If you have, dedicated mind, very happy, you do things with happiness, It's worthwhile, isn't it? You're not bothered, silently, all worthwhile. Even I give somebody help, cup of tea, coffee, worthwhile, with the joyful, Even a cup of, tea or coffee giving is a part of liberation with a happy pleasure. Not just tea is good, not just coffee is good, but your, sincerity motivation with much pleasure to want to help others. You're happy. This is the psychology, It's not just, related to something make up, Psychologically, Psychological effect, it goes that way. So very useful, dedicated. Yeah, we know, isn't it? I mean, wife trouble, husband trouble, wife, wife trouble, girl trouble, with those things comes from salvation mind. You people know, when the salvation motivation, you are trouble, relationship. You check up that. Not that you intelligent, We think it. We know, we think, oh, I'm intelligent, I have to angry. You understand? If you check up deeper, it totally, cherish thought, attachment involved. If you have dedicated, the mind, well, you totally dedicated, husband, rather than I want, want help, and a man, dedicated, wife, and help, want help, rather than I want help, If you have this kind of, mental attitude, there's no trouble. Loving kindness, mumming, and son do stupid things, still, mummy think, oh, he's good, You know what I mean, I'm not sure that you not respond, Mummy, good mummy has, good son, maybe good son, so much dear son, but he does stupid things. Still mummy think, ah, so nice, my son does this, this. Actually stupid, isn't it? You understand? Because why, mommy can see that action is, sort of something pleasure. Because she has so much, you understand? Love for the, son, and wanting son, everything is good. So that motivation is still projecting. If somebody else does, he say, oh, I don't like. That the motivation. You check up. I'm not sure that my example is right. You know or you don't know. Clear? Okay. I hope it's good, All right. You can say, how the mental attitude changes, other people's, behavior with different things. You interpret it such a way. If you actualize, the meditation of Buddhism, totally dedicate other sentient being, and the mind turning that way meditate, nobody trouble you. It's very true. I'm not joking. Nobody make trouble you. You can see in the world people are beautiful. Nothing is really ugly, make you, uptight. Because your schizophrenic, the knowledge, the mind, then projecting such things, on, object, then you uptight. Remember, even, say, the Christianity also, there's heaven and also hell, something like that. Terminology Buddhism also there is, heaven, something like that, The connotation is different. There are no such things, externally existent, something, concrete, such plural, Hollywood plural, heaven plural, wood, there are no such things existent. But the mind is, in the individual mind is developed and completed, release such, ordinary conceptualization of I ego. Then, for him, all this earth, the human being, everything is whatever he perceiving is become for him constant and beautiful, and for him that is heaven. No problem. I mean that is you understandable, isn't it? I'm talking about the psychological talk. You don't necessarily believe such heaven is waiting for you, such hell is waiting for you. Not necessarily believe, but you can understand such, you understand? Such, the ordinary, mundane, thought, projecting such, pollution, and brings you, miserable. You understand? And having releasing this kind of, conceptualization, and having, perfect, view, and then, perceiving, okay, good visualization, good vibration, and have healthy mind. I think you can see that easily, don't you think? I mean, so logical. I talk about a logical sense, I'm not talking about something, something, metaphysical, higher things. I mean, incredible. If you put it into action, you understand? Into action. What you learn things into action. Meditation, you put it into action. All your life, all your movement, perceive, everything becomes for you wisdom. Wisdom, you understand? Appears for you better understanding. If you not put the action, then even I mean, Jesus come, Lord Buddha come right now, appears to you, something. Don't go and talk about it. Oh, you're going to go like that, You understand? I say it, not the Jesus is higher, not the Buddha is higher, therefore sort of you open. No. You have to develop yourself, Therefore, Lord Buddha said that your positive, positive action is responsible to carry you into perfect, enlightenment. And your negative, action is responsible to bring you down. Many times trouble, sometimes, the Western, mind, they have sort of scientific something, understanding, evolutionary. So therefore, they think, oh, impossible, human being become, sometimes animal. They think impossible. Actually, possible. As I said before, remember, the sick mind is manifested into physical levels, and the physical is sick, remember? Same thing. Same thing. No matter you look form like human being, the mind is, degenerating, and it becomes, worse than animal, and that, mental energy is, generated and transformed into physical level, and then becomes physically animal sometimes. Possible. Don't think you change your body. This human body is to change animal body. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that way. You understand? When your consciousness is separated from this human body, then animal mind is, animal mind is there, isn't it? Animal mind is there, mental energy there. This is transformed into, animal body. That's all. So right action and wrong action is, sort of, the differently, distinguished by the, the, the wrong thought and the right thought. Right wisdom brings, right action. Wrong conception brings, wrong action. The human energy of body, speech, and mind is so powerful. If we put it, right direction. We have no direction. That's why our energy is split. Life has no direction. You check up how your life is, you have life, direction is. So that your body, speech, mind, energy is, wasted, not having, the direction. So you should have, discriminated knowledge, wisdom. What is right? What is wrong? In order to do discriminate, you have to, check up, in your mind, how the, the negative mind is coming, how the positive mind is coming. You have to have, beginning discriminate how to check up. Without checking mind, impossible. Action itself, this is, how can you say, So okay, I think, very useful, to seeking the right view, which is the reality of, your, nature. It is so worthwhile through the meditation. So now, okay, having, the understanding, your relativity nature, which is, really uncontrolled and not perceiving reality, and having much of, wrong conception, and it brings, reaction, and frustration and suffering, And that experiment you take to put into all universal living beings, even insect around you. Meditate now, meditate, all universal living beings, not only London people, all the West, East, all universal living beings, having much compassion or love, as you understand the situation yourself, relative to nature, which is, really, sort of almost you are toxicated with, attachment, mind. Normally we say drinking makes toxicant, isn't it? You are not toxicated by the drinking wine, but maybe toxicated by the attachment. It's true, I'm using this kind of things because, you understand, what I mean, sometimes I'm joking, sort of, I'm not joking, actually, you understand, okay, you understand why my expression, okay, so you meditate short time. When you see all living being, all universal living being, and yourself is equally same thing, such a relativity nature situation. And then one mind you check up, which is the best way I help for others, you check up. Is it giving, bread or candy or chocolate or that's ridiculous, isn't it? That is not sufficient way help. Because, all living being, uncontrolled mind, problem is not, having bread. And the lack of, knowledge, wisdom, which is not understanding what they are, how they are, and relatively and absolutely. Actually, it doesn't matter. One has, having, much material, and one is beautiful, and one is non-material and ugly, and one is dancing, one is not dancing. No matter. Actually, in fact, equally same thing. False conception, making suffering. Equally same thing. No matter king or queen, as long you have misconception, and polluted the conceptualization of I ego, it's totally same thing. There are no differentiation. There are no differentiation even in west east. Doesn't matter. The equally same thing, situation. Wanting happy, not wanting, suffering. But acting, which brings reaction suffering. With the misconception. So that obstructed, interpreto. And in a joyful life. And then also you should think, and this is just a temporary obstacle. It is possible to reach totally, and all universal living being can reach everlasting, peaceful inner freedom, liberation. It is possible. The obstacle is momentary, transitory. So then you can visualize the Lord Buddha. What is the Buddha actually? The Buddha is the universal compassion, wisdom. Which is omniscient knowledge, wisdom. Which is everlastingly joyful and peaceful. And that wisdom mind is manifested with radiated light in front of you. If you can visualize. If you cannot visualize, you can see, Lama Zopa Rinpoche is here. Okay, from Zopa Rinpoche, or one can visualize, from Buddha, crown, much wide radiated light come. Wide radiated light come. Through your Shushuma. By some rocky, a mountain coming, a small river, very powerful. What radiated light with the blissful energy coming through your, Shushuma into your heart. All your nervous system, purify, impurity of body. From Buddha's neck and the Lama's neck are coming red radiated light into your neck. And the purified, impurity speech. Such as telling lie, energy of telling lying, and making this unity among the people. From Buddha Lama's heart, red radiated light, the blue radiated light come to sink into your heart. Blue radiated light come to sink into your heart. Your heart is fulfilled by the blissful, joyful energy. Purifying misconception, false conception. all your nervous system, body, and the mental sensation is completely fulfilled by the blissful radiated light. Concentrate on feeling unity of you and the light. Okay, thank you very much. And then dedicate, dedicate. Whatever you do, there is, energy. Even though we didn't see, the energy or mental energy, we maybe didn't see physical levels there is always energy. This, merit, whatever you do is merit energy. Instead of doing, oh, I meditate, ego development, instead of putting that energy and dedicate benefit to others. Great useful. But then we are not, suddenly, we up and down, sometimes anger. Then we make finish it, like this, we make clean here one day, short time we clean, then again comes, anger comes, or make dirty, then again meditate, clean, then again make it dirty, but dedicate then helps very much, then not waste that energy. And also useful, and our meditation is not for ego pleasing, it's really, worthwhile to benefit others and bring yourself, into enlightenment, or inner freedom. Okay, that's only purpose. Nothing to do with the proud, something I'm that this. That's not important. So very useful. Not necessarily to have prayer. Prayer is not the words. Okay, you have to know. It's just using words. But normally prayer is not the word. The in fact is in the mind. The dedication is a psychological treatment, actually. Many times we do religious trip or meditation or mundane trip or we do. After that we do, we proud. Oh, I did this, we proud. There's no reason proud. There's no reason proud. The nature of proud is sickness mind. So when we dedicate everything, to benefit other sentient beings, to bring into everlastingly peaceful enlightenment, the psychologically they're not proud. So easy. They're not sort of, I did something sort of, I can't talk words, Sometimes. Example, maybe good example. Okay, hospital work somewhere else, wife stay in home. Then hospital work, I'm tired, I'm work so much. Make wife sort of, I don't know what, I have no words maybe. They say, why you stay here doing nothing? I did too much, sort of making, You want to know what I mean? He's showing big show. Today his job is he did tremendous something, big show to wife, Actually, there's no reason to show, you know. This is his own duty, isn't it? I mean, I think so. I think so. The same thing. When we did meditate also, there's no reason to say somebody, oh, I did great, something like that. There's no reason, you know. It's just, you know, totally dedicate as much as possible. There's no reaction, you know, signals. Otherwise, we do things, reaction is again sick mind, you know. Okay, that's why. It's just, you know, it's practical levels we're doing, the dedication, not just something custom, not the Tibetan custom, okay? Good, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much.